Alright, welcome back to the next part. This part is going to be about just designing the pages for each of the fragment. So we have a couple fragments that are not made yet. So we have profile, search, and chat, which we need to make look something like this. So the search fragment, chat, the chat fragment, and the profile. So we need to make these pages. So I'll start from the profile. It has a toolbar that's red and this over here. So I'll make another toolbar. So I'll come over here to layout, right here, right click, new, and I'll call this red toolbar. Right here, Control L, and then I'm gonna set the background color. Whoops. Background to red. We have that. Height would wrap content like so, and then we're gonna add a text view. This would wrap, and then it's title. Text would say profile, like so. So the height, if I say match parent, like that, and then text size should be about 18 dp, like that. That's good. Text color would be white, and then gravity would be center, like that. That's perfect. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we can how do we set this up? Let's just say gravity to be center. No, layout gravity. Center, horizontal, vertical. Why isn't it going there? Okay. Gravity, center. There we go. Center, horizontal. There we go. Now that's perfect. Sitting over there. So now in our profile fragment, we want to include that. So include, and then layout. Layout. And then we're gonna include our red toolbar. It took up the whole screen. Let's see. This toolbar's height is wrapping its content. So how big do we want our red toolbar to be? I want it to be the size of a regular toolbar. Let's check this out. Let's see if the height is about 80 dp. How would that look? 80. That's a little bit too big. So 60. I'm pretty sure there's a Android Studio like inbuilt style for the size of a generic toolbar, but for now this should do. Is there any shadow? No, so no need for an elevation. So in here we have this, which is good, and then we now have ourselves our relative layout. So this is the user's profile. I don't know why this is here. Does this mean you can slide up or down? Can you scroll in here? You probably can. Okay, so I would set this to be a scroll view to match, and then I would in here add a linear layout, match. Orientation would be vertical, like that. So first we need to put this in. So we're going to just add a view, and its width would be about 40 dp, and height of 2 dp, and background would be gray, like that. So frame layout, it's over here. Oh, whoops. Linear layout, match, orientation, vertical. Right, we need to put all of this inside so it's organized properly. There we go. So we have our little tab thing, but it's not exactly right. So we can set the gravity to the center, horizontal. So center it, which is perfect. And then we give it a margin of 30 dp, just to give it some space between the top and the bottom. And that's good, we have that. 42 is too small, how about 5? Yep, that's pretty good. And then we now have a circular image over there. So the way we can put circular images, if you remember, using card view, and then we set the width to about 200 dp and height to 200 dp, and then corner radius to 50 dp, like that. So we can have a circle. It's not showing that here, but actually it's gonna be a circle in time. Right, wait, let's test that on C first. I can't really see it. Okay, let's give it a background of that's gray, just to see it. Okay, we can't see that. Alright, whatever. It should fix in time image view, match, and then the source would just have a gray in there for good measure. Let's just make this 200 and 200, and then gravity center horizontal, just to put it dead center like that. And then we will now have the username and then general user. So scroll down. After the card view, we have a text view, which with wrap content and height wrap content. Text would say user name, and that there, and then text color would be at color primary. Let's just give it the primary color. Yeah, that's okay for now. And then text style would be bold, gravity center horizontal, like that. Okay, that's perfect. And then we just do the same for the bottom one. So just copy this, paste that down there. The bottom one isn't bold, and it's gotta be gray, like that. And then user type. So we need to increase this text size to be about 18. There we go. We have this much. So this card view, we're gonna add a margin bottom of about 20 dp just to push it down a little bit. There we go. Perfection. Let's go how it's gonna look. Actually, it looks like that. And then we just need to put in the details text view and then the sign out button. So we can just copy this text view, come down, paste that down there. That's after this one, so this one has to have a margin bottom of about 20 dp too as well. Okay, now let's make it 30 just to push it a little bit further down. Perfect. Let it not be bold, be that. So it's okay, it's the same size as the other one, it's just gonna be gray. Perfect. And then we can put in some random text. So lorem ipsum is an ipsum, just a placeholder. You'll see that. I just paste that over and over and over. So then we have something like that. And then we don't want this gray, we want this to be black. Perfect. And then we give it a margin of 10 dp just to push it away from the corners. Okay, maybe 20 dp is better. Okay, 25. Yep, that's cool. So margin bottom, let's make this 10. Okay, 15 plus that will give us the same number. Nope. 20. Yep, that looks good. And then we just add the button down here. So button layout width, wrap, text would say sign out, and text color would be white, and then all caps would be false, so it can be how we want it to be. Text size would be 18 dp, just a little bit bigger, which is now perfect. And then we just have to put the gravity to center horizontal, and there we go. This needs to be a little bit further away, so margin top can be about 40 dp just to push it down just a little more, which is good. Now we need to create the styles for each of this. So this has a red background, like over here. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. This has a red background and then a little curve here, and then this is also curved, so we need to make those. So I can come to drawable, new drawable resource, and I can call this sign out underscore button underscore style. So not button style, and then select OK, and then we can have this, and then we just say shape, and then corner radius would be 30 dp, and then close that. Solid color, primary color, select that and close that. So now we go back to the profile. In the button, we can set the background to be our sign out button style. Right there, we get that. We can now set the width to be what we want it to be, 100 dp. It's too small, so 180 dp. There we go. So we have something like that. And we now need to set this curve, so we can come into drawable, new, drawable resource, and then profile, curve, and then we just set a shape. Whoops. Set this to shape, set the corner, but this time it's only the top left and right, so this is going to be 30 dp, and then top right would also be 30 dp, and then the solid would be, color would be white, like so. So then we have this corners at the top. Okay, it doesn't look that much like it was in the design, so let's add 40. There we go, we have a little bit more. So we can now select this linear layout and then set the background to be our profile curve. So we get a little bit of background, but then in the scroll view we can just set the background to be red, like so. So we have something like this. Alright, there's a problem. This linear layout is not as big, so we need to make it full. Alright, what do we do? Linear layout over here. Okay, let's cut that out. It's white back there, but it's right over there. So this is the scroll view. What's wrong? Alright, match parent. The height should, linear layer should use Android layout. Height equal wrap content. I guess if it's within a scroll view, then it has to wrap its content. Okay, well, rather interesting issue. Relative layout. Okay, how about making this a relative layout and then not make this vertical, and then give this an ID. So ID of toolbar, and then set the scroll view to be below the toolbar, so that we have something like this. Alright, we're in the same boat as we were. Okay, how does it look on other phones? The Nexus. It's alright because we don't get there, but we want. We load that, it doesn't really fit. Alright, there's a quick workaround for that, is to add an extra space down there just so it fills. Is there any phone bigger than this? I wonder. There are phones bigger than that. Okay. Makes it a little bit. We don't want to scroll for no purpose. And we want this to be, to have a corner just to be white. How about making this red? Take this away. It's the same thing. Alright. Gray. Like so. We're left with this. Obviously the button needs to have a margin as well. So if I go margin bottom of about 40 dp, it will push that down somewhat, but not enough to get rid of that space, which is kind of an issue. Okay, red. Let's see. Oh right, this is enough. There's more space up there to push this down, meaning, okay, I get it. I get it. So the scroll view would, no, where is it, the linear layout over here, it has the curve, and then margin top of 10 dp, that will push it down a little bit, and then the bottom nav bar would cover this. Alright, so that should work, I assume. Let's see. Alright, so I figured out how to 100% make this a circle all the time. So if you have a card view and your width and your height has to be the same, just set the corner radius to be half of whatever that is. So if this is like 100 and 100, make the corner radius be equal to 50, so you can get yourself a perfect circle. So that's how that is. So this page is done. This is covered by the nav view. So remember, only design what you're going to see. Don't go overboard trying to design the entire thing, so you don't, waste a bunch of time. So this is done, this is done, this is done. All that we have to do is inflate the menu up here, which is here, that says edit, and then we have another page very similar to this. Alright, so we just inflate this menu, this edit menu, and yeah, set the click functionality to open up a new activity. So let's just do that real quick. So let's close all of this and then go into our menu. Nope, don't drag and drop anything. Right click, new menu, we're gonna say profile edit, and then over here we have just one item title would be edit, and then ID edit, and then set show as action to be always, so it will be up there, and then we can close that up like that. Control Alt L to put that dead center, and then to inflate that we have to go into our fragment. So go into profile fragment, and to get a menu in a fragment you have to set show has options menu right here. I think I have to do the view first. So view, what's going on? It's choppy because the virtual machine is open. It's frozen. Oh, come on. Alright, it took its time, but it should be done now, I think. So, oh, oops. What is this? A result of fragment option is ignored. Set has options menu to be true. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Control O. So on create options menu. So we have this menu, have this inflator. So then we just go into inflator dot inflate, and then our menu. So our dot menu dot profile edit. We want to put it into the menu container up there. Come on, it's not that hard. Alright, and yep, that should do it. Setting the menu to open the edit activity. So Control O on options item selected, like that, and then if item dot get item ID is equal to r.id slash edit, like that. So we want to open edit activity like so. So we need to create the edit activity. So new activity, empty activity, and we're going to call this edit profile activity. Click finish, let it do its thing. Right, now it's done. Import the necessary classes, Alt enter, import class there, and then up here in our profile fragment we just say start activity new intent dot set class to be this dot get context, and then edit profile activity dot class. That it should open up our activity edit profile right here. So let's just have a linear layout, something like this. I mean, it's just, I don't know, background to be gray. So when we open it we can see a gray background, and then we rerun this.